So on the vaccine truth front, which would you rather consider for the vaccine truth? Would you consider the American Academy of Pediatrics, the CDC, the FDA, which all have conflicts of interest directly with Big Pharma? It's a revolving door between Big Pharma and these agencies. They've never told the truth. We can go back decades and decades, actually to the very first vaccine, which was smallpox, and see historically, when you read the true historical account of it, that they're lying top to bottom. We have Dr. Russell Blaylock. We have Dr. Andrew Malden. We have Dr. Susan Humphreys. We have Dr. Tony Bart. We have Dr. Pilsky. We have actually many doctors out there who are supporting the vaccine truth. We have Dr. Wakefield, who definitely supported the vaccine truth and who is still in the fight, but they made him an example. Already years ago, they made him an example of what happens if you present with the vaccine truth. Now, you can go to callous disregard research studies, and you'll find, I bet there's got to be at least 100 studies on that list that support and replicate the findings of Dr. Andrew Wakefield's study and the people that he had with him at the time, who basically to save their careers backed away from Dr. Wakefield and betrayed him. Betrayal. What a word. That is what it is. It's betrayal of the public, it's betrayal of the parents, it's betrayal of the children, all for profit, too much to lose. I mean, how can you view it any other way? My website is VacFacts.info. You can find me on the front page of that site, on the home page. You can find my Facebook link, and you can get in there and you can share information with me. And I've got over 1,000 people on my friends list who are sharing information. It's just a very good thing to have, because even though it can be very overwhelming at times, I agree with that. If you want information, it's there. VacFacts.info is my site. This thing with the vaccine exemption is just really getting out of hand. We had the SB 277 in California, which passed. Senator Pan introduced that bill, and the Governor Brown, refused to veto it. And how he lived with that, I don't know. But anyway, out of Florida recently as well, like I'm thinking, like almost 2 months ago now, there was a bill on the federal level by a congresswoman. I forget exactly what her name is, but anyway, this bill, which is going to be much harder to pass than SB 277 was, it'll be much harder to pass, but it's going to try and take away exemptions on the federal level. That means nationwide. How this woman, and she's got direct connections, they know that she has direct connections right in her office, somebody working in her office who is formerly with the Big Pharma. Quite obviously she has conflicts of interest. And how this woman, she's an older woman, not a young woman, and how she sold out, and how she sleeps at night, and how she lives with herself, having known how many vaccine injuries she's going to cause in the United States, because parents can't get vaccine exemptions if this bill passes. If that bill passes at the federal level, I mean, it's going to be a mess, because all that's going to be left is medical exemptions. And the medical exemptions are directly dictated to the doctors, to the pediatricians, by the CDC. In the CDC, what they have, it goes vaccine by vaccine by vaccine. There's no such thing as a general vaccine exemption with the CDC. Okay, if you had a bad reaction to this vaccine, then you can still take the rest of them as long as you didn't have a bad reaction to those. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, can you imagine this? There's very little to anything that passes the CDC guidelines for a vaccine exemption. Nuremberg for the CDC. Find that on my website. I very often put that on Facebook as well. Nuremberg for the CDC. I mean, it is just preposterous that they think that they can keep pushing this on the public, and they control all of the information. They control all of it. They always have. So all we have is to go out there and get on the internet and search for the independent information, the unbiased information. I mean, there's books here and there you can get. If you look on the internet, you can find books to read. But the internet is really our only source of truth information. And they keep saying, oh, we're just nothing but conspiracy theorists and blah, blah, blah. And they have vaccine trolling shills that reply in all the articles out there and try to shut down the vaccine truth and make a mockery of anybody who tries to put forth the vaccine truth. Well, I'm one person who can beat that, because I've been at this a long time. I've been at this since 2008. There ain't a vaccine shill out there that can beat me, because I will lay it on the line, and I will have a mile-long list of links, and I will have the proof, all the proof. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and I'll make another one. As soon as new things come about, I'm always making a new one. Thank you very much.